Let's be real for a second. A lot of people wrote Rivian off way too early. Between the headlines, the recalls, and the startup struggles talk, the R1T started getting treated like that cool product everyone wanted, but didn't fully trust. And now in 2026, Rivian quietly does something interesting. They don't try to flex harder, they don't chase drama, they don't try to out-Cybertruck the Cybertruck. Instead, they fix the stuff that actually matters, and suddenly the R1T starts making way more sense than people expected. When the electric truck wave first hit, it was all about shock value. Who looked the craziest? Who had the wildest specs? Who broke the internet? But fast forward to now, and buyers are asking different questions. How easy is it to live with? How stressful is charging? Does this thing actually fit into normal life? That's where the Rivian R1T quietly starts winning people over. One of the biggest changes in 2026 isn't something you see at first glance, it's charging. Rivian fully committing to NACS is a huge deal, and if you're shopping an EV truck in the US, you already know why. Access to Tesla's supercharger network takes a massive mental load off ownership. You're not planning routes like a chess match anymore. You're not sweating range every time you leave town. You just plug in and go, like it should have been from the start. That alone makes the R1T feel way more mainstream than it did a couple years ago. And for a lot of buyers, that's the difference between cool truck and, yeah, I could actually own this. Then there's the way the R1T drives. This thing still doesn't feel like a traditional truck, and that's kind of the point. The acceleration is smooth, instant, and effortless. No lag, no drama, no waiting for gears to figure life out. But what really separates it is how composed it feels. The suspension soaks up rough roads, the steering is tight without feeling twitchy. You can daily this thing without feeling like you're piloting a science project or a prototype. And that matters more than people want to admit. A lot of EV truck shopping starts as an ego purchase and ends as a lifestyle purchase. It's fun to imagine flexing. It's less fun when you're stuck in traffic, late for work, or trying to park at Costco. The R1T feels like it was designed for the part after the excitement wears off. Inside, Rivian keeps things clean and modern without trying to reinvent the wheel. The screens make sense, the layout is intuitive, the materials feel premium but not fragile. You don't feel like you're one fingerprint away from ruining a $90,000 interior. And then there's the stuff Rivian does that no one else really matches. The gear tunnel is still one of the smartest ideas in the EV truck space. Real storage, real utility, stuff you actually use instead of posting about. The R1T also leans hard into being an outdoor, adventure-friendly truck, but not in a gimmicky way. Camping, road trips, job sites, weekend hauling. It fits into all of that without making you feel like you bought the wrong tool for the job. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, reliability. Yes, Rivian had recalls. Yes, early production wasn't perfect. But here's the thing, that phase is normal for new platforms. And by 2026, Rivian's learning curve is clearly visible. Manufacturing is more stable, software updates are smoother, ownership experiences are way more predictable than they were early on. That doesn't mean it's risk-free, but it does mean the R1T no longer feels like a leap of faith. And when you compare it to the competition, the R1T sits in a really interesting middle ground. It's not trying to be the loudest truck on the road. It's not trying to shock people. It's trying to be good. Compared to the Cybertruck, the R1T feels more familiar, more refined, and honestly, easier to live with day to day. Compared to legacy automakers, it still feels modern and purpose-built instead of converted. That balance is hard to pull off, and Rivian's actually pulling it off. So is the R1T perfect? No. It's still expensive, it's still a newer brand, and it's not built for everyone. But in 2026, it finally feels like a truck you buy because it makes sense, not because you're trying to prove something. And that's kind of the point. So now the real question is this. If you were buying an electric truck today, Would you rather have the loudest statement on the road or the one that quietly fits into your life and just works? Drop a comment and tell me which way you'd go.